Welcome back to the channel, everybody. So, if you are interested in understanding how much physical damage is actually done to a Special Forces operator's body over an entire career, this is the video for you, okay? I get asked a lot about this, you know, how many injuries I had, things like that. So, we're going to go through all of my serious injuries, okay? There's a ton more not serious. So we're talking major invasive surgery type injuries. And then we're going to talk about sort of really common injuries that take place for pretty much all Special Forces operators, okay? So we can jump right into it and start it, okay? So I got a list here. It's fortunately multiple pages long, so I don't forget anything, okay? So we'll just kind of start from the bottom, work our way up, give you guys an idea, and I'll talk about how I got each of these injuries too, okay? So, starting, well, I mean, lowest level, okay, broken foot and also a fractured tibia, okay? For bone breaks is what it is. You know, you break bones, you just gotta wait for them to heal. Moving up into my knees, okay? I've had 4 major invasive knee surgeries, 2 on each surgery. My left knee was a torn patella tendon. Not all the way through, thank God. Had one of my teammates do that. Rough injury, okay? But had to have 2 different surgeries to clean out a bunch of dead tissue and different stuff with that, okay? On top of that, I've had nerve ablation done on that knee 3 times, which is basically they go in with these needles and catheters and burn all the nerve endings out to your knees to try to help with the pain. And then probably 30, maybe 15 each knee Kenalog injections or steroid injections into my knees over my career as well to try to manage the pain, okay? Did this one in 2018 in Afghanistan, jumping over a little ditch thing. The way I landed, had 130 pounds of kit on. Fucked my my left knee up, okay? So, my patella tendon. Right knee, different injury, but still, you know, issues I've dealt with. So, basically, torn meniscus to the point that's gone, tore my MCL, and I have no cartilage in between, basically, the tibial bone and the knee left, okay? So, that one's basically waiting for a knee replacement. I haven't got it yet, but yeah, that's probably the most painful of the lower extremity ones that I've dealt with. That one also has come with 2 surgeries and then another 3 vehicular nerve ablations on that knee, as well as, you know, probably another 15 Kenalog injections on top of that, okay? Right knee, sort of wear and tear, and then I injured it pretty significantly during one of the times I went to pre-dive, so the school you go to before you go to dive school. Moving up, so low back, all right? This is the most common. Every dude I know in SF that's done a full career, their low back is destroyed, okay? We carry tons of weight, rucksacks, we do extreme distances with weight. It absolutely is going to destroy your lower back, right? Military free fall, all these different things. Pretty much every guy has degenerative disc disease and corroded discs, myself included, my L4 and L5, and then also impacted nerves in that area from basically bone smashing on the nerves. Super painful. Okay, I've had 2 operations done on that, as well as multiple steroid injections, right? Kenalog injections, whatever you want to call it, as well into that, as well as vehicular nerve ablation in my back 2, maybe 3 times, 2 times I think. Where they go in and burn all the nerve endings out, try to provide some relief, okay? Yeah, and we're not even close to done yet, all right? So, moving up, I guess we'll go to my shoulders, okay? Shoulders are the most recent, not necessarily injuries, yeah, I guess injuries, but also the biggest, most major surgeries I've had, okay? I'm fortunate that my tattoo artist is really good at covering up scars, but I basically have scars that run from my biceps all the way up over the top of my shoulders on both sides. Not as much over here, but same thing. So, how did I get these injuries? Military free fall accidents, okay? Yeah, not great on the shoulders, the way you can land. Had one really bad one in I want to say 2021. That was kind of the career ender in a lot of ways. Basically, really bad crash, landed on my left side, pretty much tore my bicep off of my shoulder, off my labrum, and tore pretty much everything through here. Also through the right shoulder as well. So we'll talk about everything that was been done here. Okay, so on the right shoulder, bicep torn, had to be surgically reattached to my pectoral rather than my shoulder because the labrum was so destroyed there wasn't much to connect it back to. Obviously labrum repaired with metal anchors and pins and things like that. Going up over the top, my AC joint was torn, so they had to pry open the bones there, clean all that stuff out, re-put me back together. Going to the back, rotator cuff had to be repaired as well. Yeah, so left shoulder, same thing, bicep pretty much torn off of the shoulder. Had to have my bicep reattached to my pec on this one as well. Same thing, metals, rods, or anchors and rods, putting back together my labrum. And then rotator cuff, a lot more damage on this side than the right side. No AC joint stuff on the left side. Yeah, okay, moving up. Obviously, with some of those came, pretty significant TBIs, concussions, knocked out, things like that, multiple times in my career from different things. So clinical migraines that I deal with that from basically CTE, just getting smashed in the head multiple times. Very common for a lot of guys, especially been hit by IEDs and stuff like that. So again, those are just the major invasive surgeries, right? So all kinds of other stuff, super bad arthritis, wrists and fingers, ankles, plantar fasciitis, stuff like that. That everybody gets. But yeah, like you guys have to understand, in 10 plus years, an SF is like dog years on the body, especially from someone like me who rigged their career to where I stayed on a team basically the entire time. It's absolutely brutal on the body, okay? And this laundry list is not rare, guys. Like, I have tons of buddies and teammates who have just as many, if not more, surgeries than me. One of my old teammates has like 5 surgeries on the same knee plus back surgeries. It's almost every guy I know has been under the knife, shoulders, backs, knees, multiple times. And yeah, it's tough to recover as well, right? Because the second you're sort of recovered, you want to get back after it, and risk for re-injury is super high. When we're doing things like, again, combat operations, you're carrying 100+ pounds minimum on your body, operating for 10-20 hours at a time, moving huge distances. The Special Forces qualification course by itself is absolutely just going to destroy your lower back, your body, from the amount of weight you're carrying and rucking all the time. And then, that's not even in combat. Like, guys are getting their legs blown off and losing eyes and stuff like that. So, understand if this is the route you want to go, like, you're not coming out of it unscathed. Like, no one does. Everybody I know that's done a full career, I say full career as, something like maybe 10 to 20 years in SF. 10 years in SF is probably, is a ton on its own. And I know guys who've got 15, 20 years, twice as much time as me, which is insane. But, understand, like, we put most professional athlete injuries, it's just absolute shame when you start to compile all of these things. So understand what you're getting yourself into physically, okay? Now, the job is awesome, and you're going to love it, and there's tons of adrenaline, it's super cool, and all these things we do that are awesome, but the risk of injury is so high. Things like military free fall, we're skydiving, but we throw on, rucksacks with 40, 50 pounds, plus kit, plus gear, plus weapons, right? So when you're barreling into the earth, carrying a ton extra weight, like, if something goes wrong, it is catastrophic on the body. So again, understand that this is what is going, you're not walking away unscathed. Like, you're going to leave a career in SF absolutely physically battered and destroyed. So if that sounds worth it, then by all means jump into it. I definitely think I don't regret any of it. I'm in pain all day, every day, in all my joints. People ask, like, how are you in such a good shape with that? Well, it hurts the whole time, all the time. I'm always in pain all day long, but I wouldn't trade it for the world because the job's awesome and I did things that you can't do anywhere else. So just wanted to give you guys a rundown. I get asked about this stuff and give you guys who are thinking about going a little idea for what you're into physically. So I hope you found that interesting, and take care, guys. Have a good day.